Okay, America, we are back. 81-21 NFL Talk, the divisional round playoffs, and we got some things to talk about. I know I said I wasn't going to wear any more Cowboys gear, but it's my team, y'all. It's my team. Win, lose, or tie. It's my team, Cowboys.
Okay.
Cowboys.
Okay, well, I have nothing to say.
All right, go ahead. Start it off.
So what we're going to start this thing off at, let's start off in the NFC.
Okay.
Since, that's what we represent.
Yeah.
The NFC, we're going to start off with the 49ers and the Packers.
49ers and the Packers.
The Packers come off victory of beating the Cowboys last week. I don't know if I was hoping that they would continue their winning streak with the 49ers, but obviously they did not.
They did not, but the score was 24-21, so it's not like the 49ers dominated.
Dub is a dub.
I got that.
A dub is
I
a
got
dub.
that.
Yep.
But everybody tried to make it seem, and when I say everybody, I'm saying that Niners bang, 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 Niners gang, and the analysts tried to make it seem like the 49ers was just going to dominate and that they was going to run all over the Packers.
It didn't happen like that.
They didn't do that.
It didn't happen like
They
that.
didn't do that. So it's like, I think that the Packers could have won that game.
Probably.
They could have, because
Probably.
I'm just saying, to me, they look like the stronger team on Sunday.
I wouldn't go that far, but they look like they had a chance to possibly win.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't get much out of well, of course Debo got hurt, so he was out of the game. You didn't get much out of Ayuk,
No.
They had another guy, number 15, wide receiver. He was doing some clutch things. McCaffrey did what he usually does. I think he had 100 yards.
I'm not sure.
I think.
No. You want me to look it up?
Yeah, you can look it up. Brock Purdy was, he was off.
Yeah, but they always be making excuses for Brock, and they try to say, oh, it's because it was raining and he couldn't grip the ball, and the weather and everything. And I understand the rain has
It was raining.
The rain plays a big part on how, ball handling and everything like that. But Brock Purdy was off in the game before that. So
are you saying that Brock Purdy is not as good as what they say? Is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying.
Could you look right there and say that?
Listen, Brock Purdy is not the boy wonder that everybody wants to make him out to be.
And are you also saying that the announcers be hyping him up?
The announcers definitely be hyping him up. But it's okay. I'm not saying that Brock Purdy is not a good quarterback. He is a good quarterback. Is he a great quarterback? No. But it's okay because he has time to develop.
He has great weapons. He has great weapons around him. And
he does.
He got time to develop.
He has time to develop. But let me get on over here to
49ers and the Packers.
The 49ers and the Packers.
See, I was kind of torn with this because I've never been a 49ers fan, and I've never been a Packers fan. Never. Just something about the Packers I don't like. But in this case, I was pulling for Jordan Love to keep the win streak going. Yeah.
So McCaffrey did not have 100. He missed it by 2 yards.
So he had 98
2 yards. He had 98 yards.
How many yards he had as far as receiving?
Receiving yards, I'm not sure.
He a double threat.
So
he a double threat. Let me get that for you. He a double threat. So usually he gets used, in ways that let's see, rushing, receiving. What's his first name?
Christian.
I don't even see him on here. That's incredible.
Yeah, he only had 30 yards receiving.
Oh, that's because I'm looking at the Packers.
He had 30 yards receiving. Kittle was the one that had the receiving yards. He had 81.
81 yards.
Yeah, so
the other guy was Jennings. Is that what I'm talking about? Jennings, number 15. He had 61 yards. McCaffrey had 30. So 30 plus 98 rushing. Mm-hmm. He does what he usually do.
Yeah, but they kind of shut him down a little bit. He wasn't able to get as open get out there as he usually do. And Ayuk, he was almost a non-factor.
Yeah, he was almost a non-factor.
Yeah.
But bottom line, 49ers win 24-21. They advanced to the NFC Championship. NFC Championship versus the next team that we're going to talk about.
The Lions and the Bucks.
The Lions and the Bucks. How did I feel about that game? I like Baker Mayfield. I feel like, well, you say it. His career this past couple of years, what do you feel has been going on with him as far as the fans and what people say?
Well, the fans, I don't understand.
I'll say it. They turned on him.
There you go. I don't understand the fans. I don't understand how you say that you are a fan of a team, but then when that team has a bad season, a bad game, or what have you, then you're hollering about you're tired of the team. That's not your team anymore. Blah blah blah. I don't understand, because if you're a fan, where's your loyalty? Where's your loyalty, people? Where's your loyalty?
Well, let's go back. Cleveland, when he first came, I think they went 10-6 or 11. Oh no, 10-6 or whatever. And then the second season, I think they went 9 or something. Both years they made the playoffs. But then he started getting a lot of injuries. And then Odell's dad said what he said. And then next thing you know, he's a scrub. So he leaves there and he goes to
the Panthers.
And he stays there for a little while.
Then he goes to the Rams.
And then finally he goes to
the
Tampa.
Buccaneers.
Right. So I was pulling for him.
Me too.
You know what I'm saying? And he's a Heisman Trophy winner. I was pulling for him.
And for a while there, it looked like they might pull it out. But then that fourth quarter that's where things started changing.
I don't know if I'm using this word properly, but the war of attrition. What I saw with that game was the Lions just kept coming until the bow just broke.
Okay.
Right.
And with that said, with the way the 49ers have been playing in their past 2 games, I'm going to say their past 3 games, the way they've been playing in their past 3 games, do you think that it's going to be an easy win for them on Sunday against the Lions? Or do
we're going to get to that. Yeah. I think if the 49ers win, it's going to be on experience. Keep in mind, they've been to the NFC Championship possibly 3 years in a row. They're used to that light.
Okay, but
Detroit is a young team. And as you saw on this last game, they did some things kind of young. Goff was amazing.
He's amazing.
He was. He's putting the passes where it's supposed to be. He looked seasoned. I think the Lions in Tampa Bay's I think the Lions are just a better team than Tampa Bay.
Okay.
Now, on the flip side, Baker and Mike Evans. I thought they was gonna pull it off.
I thought they was too.
Mike Evans was doing his thing.
Yeah,
he was abusing that cornerback he had on his
Yes,
side.
he was.
What did he end up with? Something crazy?
Oh, man.
Mike Evans. Where are these guys at? Mike Evans, player stats, rushing, receiving. Mike Evans had 147 yards. There you go. He had a $147. So I thought they was going to pull it out, but like I said, Detroit just kept coming. And next thing you know, it went from a 1-score to a 2-score, and it was pretty much over.
Yeah.
Who's next?
Okay, so we're going to move on to the AFC.
Let's go to the AFC.
The Ravens and the Texans.
Wow. Ravens just too strong for them.
You know, of course, I wanted the Ravens to win. But I was also pulling for CJ because, you know, he just had an outstanding rookie season, and I kind of wanted it to continue. But no shame on the season that he had, because he did that thing, him and D'Amico. They did that thing.
D'Amico Ryan,
the coach. Yeah. Yep. I mean, they only scored 10 points, and I thought they was going to make it more of a game, but they didn't.
seeing that Cleveland, because they were crying that Cleveland's coach could possibly get Coach of the Year. Seeing that D'Amico is still there, was still there as of the last game. Are we looking at Coach of the Year and Rookie at the same time?
I still think that Rookie of the Year and Coach of the Year should come from the Texans.
Okay.
I still think that.
Okay. Now with Baltimore, defense too strong. Offense it started to become easy. Baltimore looked as if they were a little rusty because they hadn't played.
Yeah, that first half was kind of
because they hadn't played in 2 weeks.
Right.
Well, the team has played, but they set their starters down for the last game, right?
Right.
And then they had a bye.
Mm-hmm.
So they didn't play. So they looked a little rusty. But once they started rolling, what's my guy name? Tight end. What's his name?
Who?
I think he's number 80.
Number 80?
Yeah. Come on now. Come on. Let's get it. I always, every time he score, I always say something.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Likely.
Oh, Likely.
Once they started moving, it was very likely
that Likely was going to score.
That Likely was going to score. Zay Flowers was going to score. Lamar Jackson was going to do his thing. They were just totally overpowered. But hats off to the Houston Texans for making it there. Was that semi? Well,
I'm in second round division. Second round.
Hats
playoffs.
off to them for making it there. Hats off to them for making the playoffs. I feel like D'Amico is the coach of the year.
Mm-hmm.
And I also feel like Stroud.
Mm-hmm.
What's his first name? CJ Stroud is definitely NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
CJ Stroud, NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year. Anything you want to say about that game?
No, it was a good game. Yeah. Lamar did his thing. He rushed for 2 touchdowns. He threw for 2 touchdowns. He did his thing,
He did his thing. Did his thing. Okay. You good with that game?
I'm good with that game.
Because I can't wait.
I'm good with that game.
I'm ready.
All right.
Ready. In 1991, I think I was still in the Navy. Super Bowl happens in February. So, yeah, I was still in the Navy.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a chance to watch a Super Bowl between the New York Giants and the Buffalo Bills.
The Buffalo Bills and the New York Giants.
We had a few guys on the ship that were from Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
Blah, 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 blah. I'm a Giants fan.
Yes.
I was afraid because Buffalo in that year, I think they were averaging like 40 or more points a game.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's Andre Reed, I think Jim Kelly. They had a squad.
Mm-hmm.
And here comes the Giants. Great team defensively, but they might have scored 10, 12 points a game.
Okay.
Now these two teams are in the Super Bowl.
Right.
They got out coached. The Bills got out coached.
Uh-huh.
But that's not the main thing. There was a guy named Scott Norwood.
Mm-hmm. Was Scott Norwood happen to be the kicker?
He was the kicker.
Mm.
And I think his name was Scott. He gets there. All the Bills have to do is kick a field goal, and they will be Super Bowl champions.
Mm.
This mother missed the field goal. I think
missed the field goal.
Was it wide right or wide left? I'm not sure, but it was wide.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's bring it forward. Kansas City Chiefs versus the Buffalo Bills.
Yes.
The final score was 24-27.
Yes.
Now, he could have made a field goal to send them to overtime.
Mm-hmm.
But there was some other crazy stuff that went on before that, but I'm only going to pick on this part.
Okay.
That boy got up there, and in the spirit of Scott Norwood, the ghost of Scott was sitting on top of the field goal. He was sitting at top. You know how they go up like this?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So he wasn't sitting at the top. He was sitting in the middle going.
Moving the ball to the right?
He moved it.
And he kicked it what?
Wide right.
Wide right.
The ball. Now, from what I'm understanding, there are people that are fans of Buffalo that I've spoken to or had contact with, and they're, fire this guy, fire that guy. Let's say this. We both agree. Josh Allen did not lose that game.
He did not.
He did everything he could to get y'all ass there.
He sure did.
So let's knock it off.
He sure did.
It's just the curse of Scott Norwood. That's all. I think his name is Scott. Is his name Scott Norwood? Could you look that up for me?
Surely
Scott
can.
Norwood. Norwood, kicker, Bills kicker. Come on, man. I don't even know where to start. Buffalo, you gave that game away.
Mm-hmm.
You gave it away. You know, I don't know if it was too cold, but y'all playing it cold. I don't know if y'all got out-coached.
That's his name.
Scott
Norwood.
Okay, Scott Norwood. What up, boy? So, with that being said...
Look, and guess what it says he's famous for?
What is he famous for?
He is famous for... In Super Bowl 25...
Against who?
On January 27, 1991.
Against who?
The New York Giants.
Okay.
This cemented Norwood's name in football history when he missed a 47-yard field goal attempt with 8 seconds left in the game, giving the New York Giants their second Super Bowl victory and started the Bills' string of 4 consecutive Super Bowl losses.
4. 4. I like Buffalo. We went to Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
We went to Buffalo. We had soul food. We went to Niagara Falls. It's a cool place.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes you Buffalo fans be delusional.
And you was right. It was wide right.
It was wide right.
It was wide right.
Sometimes y'all be delusional, man. You ever think sometimes y'all lose because y'all be talking too crazy?
I
don't know. Think that?
But they definitely talking crazy because you know that the kicker, what's his name, Bass? You know that man has received death threats and everything.
Crazy.
He has deactivated his social media accounts because people have been sending him death threats.
Crazy.
Like, we say this all the time. It's a game.
It's a game.
It's a game. It's a game that us as fans do not get paid to play. It is not that serious that you got to be sending people death threats because they lost the game.
Man, I seen all type of evaluations.
It's not serious.
I saw Diggs need to get out of there because he was bullying Josh Allen, blah, blah, blah. Yo, man, can I say it?
Go ahead.
I'm going to let it go.
Ooh.
Take your fucking loss.
Take it.
And come back next season, buy your ticket, shovel snow, come out there with no shirt on and 0. Whatever you got to do. But stop the bullshit.
I got a seat on the couch right next to me.
What you mean?
Because you'll be sitting there watching the Super Bowl on your couch, just like the Cowboys.
I don't mean to pick on, because I used to live in Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're not as national as the Cowboys. Mm-hmm. They're not.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I'm telling you, the diehard fanness, if that's a word, is an all-time high in Buffalo. It's like it's the only thing that's there.
And I got that. And I got it being fans. And like I said, loyalty, being loyal to your team.
Whew.
But there's a fine line between being loyal to your team and just going overboard with a game that you don't get paid to play.
Going overboard.
You don't get paid to play the game.
Way,
don't be sending death threats to people.
I don't care if they'd have been paying me $30 an hour. I'm not going out there shoveling in that snow.
No.
Nope, no way.
No.
Not happening.
No.
Buffalo fans, more power to you.
Okay, so with that said, the Chiefs won.
Yeah.
And so they will be facing the Ravens on Sunday in the championship game.
I'm gonna put something on the screen right here,
mm-hmm.
so you guys can read it. Read that for me. This was something that was.
So this was posted on a newscast on the 18th of January, which was Thursday, and it says, Reba McEntire, Usher, and Post Malone are slated to perform at San Francisco 49ers and Baltimore Ravens Super Bowl matchup on February 11th. Now,
how did they know that?
Conspiracists would say it's a setup.
What Arsenio used to say? Things that make you go,
But I'm saying, you know, I lean toward more and more every year that
this thing
is rigged. It's rigged because I know y'all probably get tired of hearing me talk about this, but there is no way that the Panthers should have lost that Super Bowl. Peyton Manning, I love you. You're a cool guy and everything, but y'all wasn't supposed to win that Super Bowl.
Against
Denver
who?
was not supposed to win
who?
that Super Bowl against
who?
the Panthers.
Who was the quarterback for the
Cam
Panthers?
Newton.
Wait a minute. He was in a Super Bowl?
He was in a Super Bowl.
Wait, is that the team that didn't lose a game until Super Bowl? So
Exactly.
they were like 15-16-0?
Yes.
Wait a minute. That's the guy that won the Heisman Trophy.
The Heisman.
Rookie.
That's
the guy that has 75 rushing touchdowns right now and nobody's near him. And he ain't played in 2-3 years.
Let me tell you what.
The guy that said game changer / manager, that guy who they were questioning his ability to critique quarterback. That guy.
Yeah, that guy.
Oh, okay.
There's
I just wanted to be sure
There's no way
what
that,
game you
that
were
he
talking
should have
about.
lost that game.
Okay.
There's no way they should have lost.
Okay.
And it's just some of these games, I don't know.
Okay.
I know it's a money thing, so hey.
Okay.
But I'm going to say Lions and Ravens, even though the colors say San Francisco and Ravens. We gonna see. What you got?
I'm going to go with the 49ers and the Ravens. The reason I'm going to go with 49ers and the Ravens for the Super Bowl is strictly because sometimes experience matters. If we plan a fair game, experience matters. And being on that big stage, bright lights, sometimes it could take the sting out of a team unless their coach can get everybody on the same page, the Lions I'm talking about. But my odds say 49ers and the Ravens.
May the odds be with you. No, I'm just playing.
Going on to be a Super Bowl victory by
the Ravens.
The Ravens. I predict that Lamar Jackson will be MVP.
Yes.
Super Bowl MVP, and I also predict that he'll be regular season MVP.
Yes.
And I also want to say this before we get out of here.
Say it.
Lamar Jackson injury last year at the end of the season was totally fabricated. That brother just sat on that bench and said, "Give me my money.
Run me my money.
Run me my money." And now you think they're upset that they gave him that money? No, because he's worth every dime.
What was the movie with Cuba and
Show Me the Money?
Show Me the Money. Yeah.
That wasn't the name of the movie.
I know, but
it was called. What's that movie called?
I don't know. He was a sports agent, right?
Cuba was a wide receiver, and Tom Cruise was a sports agent. What's the name of that movie?
I don't remember, but Show Me My Money.
If y'all know, put it in the comments.
That's what he said. Show me the money.
Yeah. So I got the Ravens winning the Super Bowl. I got the Ravens beating San Francisco in the Super Bowl. I got next week's picks. I have
this week's pick.
I have
the 49ers
beating
and the
Ravens.
The 49ers beating the Lions,
and the Ravens beating
the
Kansas
Chiefs.
City. Who you got?
I already told you I got the Lions. I got the Lions beating the 49ers.
Okay.
And the Ravens beating the Chiefs.
So you're saying it's going to be a Lions and Ravens Super Bowl?
Yes, and the Ravens going to win.